I became ranked number 8 in the world after only 2 years of being pro. From 23 to 25, I was 8-0 in one of the biggest promotions in the world, Bellator MMA, and I have 15 years of experience. I'm 29 right now, been training since I was 14 years old. When it comes to fighting, I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I've amassed over 850,000 followers teaching people how to fight across social medias. So today what we're going to talk about is the power of setups. We're going to talk setups offensively and setups defensively. As far as setups go, we're going to talk about why it's important to set people up. Now, when it comes to setting people up, we need to think about the mindset behind setups. Most people think left, right, left, right, left, right when they fight. They think, I'm angry, I want to beat him up, I'm just going to attack him. When I see red, you don't want to mess with me. That's not the mindset that we want to have when we fight. We want to fight strategically. We want to fight with a methodical mindset. We're playing chess, not checkers. So when I say the word setup, what I mean by that is a trap, basically. You want to set traps when you fight. You want to stop yourself from being or from falling into traps. You want to be the trap setter. Don't fall into traps, all right? So offensively, when it comes to setting traps, what we have to think about is this. Here's the most basic way I can explain how traps work and how setups work. Whatever you've thrown last can be your next setup. So let me explain that more. Let's say, for example, if I throw a jab at my opponent, when I throw a jab at my opponent, guess what? My opponent knows I throw jabs now. And because he knows I throw jabs now, he can probably expect for me to throw another jab. That right there is something that I can use to my advantage. If I throw a jab at my opponent, and whether it lands or it doesn't land, he's probably going to think to himself, if he jabs again, I can counter him. If he jabs again, I'll defend it this way. Those are the kind of mental pathways that should be going through his mind. I understand that some people are blockheads and they don't even pay attention. They just come forward swinging. Somebody like a DDP or something like that. But for the average fighter, they're thinking out there. So what I like to do is when I want to set people up for traps, I usually go by a method of 2 unanswered. So for example, I might do something 2 times. And when I say unanswered, I just mean I'm just doing it enough for that person to recognize it. Sometimes they don't answer, sometimes they do answer. So for example, if I throw one jab and he doesn't respond to it at all, I can't necessarily set that up yet because he didn't respond. I don't know if I throw it again, will he not respond again? And if he doesn't respond to anything, then there's no point to try and throw a setup. You can just pretty much do what you want and it's going to be effective because he's not responding to it. I throw my jab, it just lands. I throw my jab again, it just lands. He just keeps walking forward. I'm looking for somebody who, when I throw my jab, they slip. I throw my jab again, they slip. Now I know, okay, chances are if I throw another jab, he's going to slip again. And now I'm going to fake the jab and I'm going to go downstairs with a cross to the body. I'm going to fake the jab, come up with the uppercut and try to catch him where his head is dipping. Maybe I fake the jab and I throw the head kick or something like that if you're an MMA fighter. So those are the kind of things that I'm looking for. I throw a liver shot, boom, he blocks it. I throw another liver shot, boom, he blocks it. Now this time I fake the liver shot and I leg kick, or I fake the liver shot, I come with the cross, different things like that. Sometimes you could even throw a certain strike and then abandon that strike for a little while and come back to it later. So for example, I throw a cross, he defends it with the block. And then from there, I throw a leg kick, I throw other techniques or whatever the case. And then shortly after I throw another cross and I keep basically planting cross seeds all night. I'm planting cross seeds. This could be over a round or 2 rounds. Think about Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. Leon Edwards had been throwing that cross that night before he ever threw that head kick. And what happened is he catches on to Kamaru Usman dipping, and in the 5th round, to save the day and shock the world, he throws the cross, Usman dips his head, he comes up with the head kick. So you can even have a drawn out setup. And I would even argue that a drawn out setup and a drawn out trap is probably even better than traps that happen shortly, because sometimes a person might not fall for a trap that's set up too soon. You got to really make someone believe in it. That's the whole point of a trap. A trap is when you call someone to buy something that you're selling. You have to sell it. You have to show the body mechanics. You have to put your all into those shots sometimes just to sell whatever it is that you want them to believe and to cause them to react a certain way. And whatever way they react, you take advantage of that and you trick them into whatever else that you want to throw, the big shot, right? So that's like on the offensive side. We have to be thinking setups. We're always thinking traps. Try not to just think I'm just throwing punches. I'm just trying to beat somebody up. Always be thinking trickery, trickery, trickery. I'm working my jab, and then I throw a liver shot. Boom. I'm back to working my jab, throw a liver shot. Boom. Now this time, okay, he knows he keeps going for that liver shot every once in a while. I'm throwing my jab. I fake the liver shot, and I come high with the lead hook. Kind of like Canelo Alvarez does. He always does that body shot, and then he does that like loop around head hook that he does. Is really effective. So that's the mindset you kind of want to have. Always setting traps, always trying to stay 2 steps ahead of your opponent. Now let's reverse engineer this. On the defensive side, you don't want to fall into traps. And basically the best way to make sure you don't fall into a trap is to always be switching up your defense. That's super key when it comes to defense. Don't use the same defense more than 2 times. Remember, 2 unanswered. So if my opponent throws a jab at me, I slip. My opponent throws a jab at me, maybe I slip again. But after that, you need to be thinking to yourself, if I were him, I would set me up. So instead of me slipping a 3rd time, this time I pull, this time I catch. Maybe I might block. I switch up my defense. As long as your defenses keep varying, your opponent can't catch on. Don't allow yourself to basically be a victim of your habits. When you have habits, if your opponent catches on to those habits, he's going to use it against you. But if he sees, oh, damn, this guy keeps changing up his defense, now he knows you're playing chess with him. This isn't checkers. You're playing chess with him. He understands that, damn, okay, this guy is not going to allow me to just trick him into something, you know? So that's the kind of mindset that you want to think with on the defensive side. Always be switching up your defense, switching up your movements, your footwork. Don't always do the same thing over and over. That's how traps are set up. When you're the type of person who likes to set traps, you'll also be the kind of person who understands that he can be trapped. And on both sides, it expands your mind from thinking just attack someone, just defend myself. It's not just attack and defend. This isn't checkers. This is chess. You want to be 2 steps ahead of your opponent at all times. You need to be thinking, yes, we're in the 1st round, but what can I do to secure a knockout in the 3rd round? Be thinking further in the fight, just like in real life. In real life, we're not thinking to ourselves, what am I going to do today to make me feel good? Because if it's just about what makes you feel good today, I'm just going to eat junk food, watch TV, go do whatever makes me feel good for today. No, we're thinking about, okay, if I eat like this today, what's going to happen to me 3 months from now, in a year from now, 5 years from now? If I spend all this money today, what's going to happen to my bank account tomorrow, next month, next year? We're thinking long term. How can I set myself up to be better off in the future as opposed to just being good right now? And then we got to take that same type of mindset and bring it into our fights so that way we can be successful. Let them play checkers. We're going to play chess. We're going to outthink our opponents. We're not going to let them outthink us. Always using your mind. And just keep in mind on this note, if you want to be a chess player when you fight, you must stay composed. Always maintain your emotional intelligence, because the strategy that I'm telling you about right now is heavily dependent on your ability to stay calm, on your ability to stay composed. The moment you see red and you get angry, or the moment you need revenge because he hit you too hard, now you gotta get one back, right? He landed a hook on me. Now I gotta land a hook back on him. He landed a leg kick on me. Now I gotta land a leg kick back on him. When you're a mirror fighter that way, like, for example, if I hit you with a body cross and then you hit me with a body cross, if I hit you with a leg kick and then you throw a leg kick back at me, okay, now I'm going to set you up, because I understand whenever I hit you with something, you want your revenge. So now I'm going to throw my head kick, and I'm going to expect you to throw your head kick. I'm going to catch it, trip you to the ground, or whatever the case. That can also be used as a setup. Don't be the kind of fighter that is emotional. You need to have forgiveness. And what I mean forgiveness is let it go. Keep doing what you set out to do. You have a game plan, you stick to your game plan. Don't get angry and, I'm not looking for a trap anymore. I just got to get my get back because he hit me with this. Forget what he's doing. You keep working on your setups. You keep making sure you don't get set up. You keep focused on your strategy. But again, in order to do this, it all depends on you being able to stay calm. Stay calm, cool, and collected. And my best advice on how you can stay calm is this right here. Keep a calm face. When you make facial expressions, whatever your facial expression is, wherever the head goes, the body follows. When you have a smile on your face, your body's going to follow that. If you have a sad look, your body's going to follow that. You have a calm look, relaxed, dry face emoji, your body's going to follow that as well. So when you're fighting, you're either going to be excited with a smile on your face, or dry. Never expressing anger, never expressing doubt or anxiety, fatigue, all those things. Any negative facial expressions, do not avoid those. The best way to stay calm, again, dry face. Okay, so stay calm so that way you can play chess. Stay calm so that way your emotional intelligence can unlock your IQ. No composure, no IQ. No composure, you can't play chess. I hope that helps you guys. Please like and subscribe if you found this valuable. I'll be leaving some training session links below here. If you want to get some work, go ahead and just check those out and send me your videos for feedback. I'll let you know how you did, all right?